Hey guys, JC here. I want to share a couple thoughts with you really quickly about something that's been on my mind, mostly about social media, our expectations, what the realities are, and it goes back to an email I got from a client earlier this year about what it really takes to get in shape and lose body fat from a perspective of eating right. And his initial question was, is it really true that you have to eat chicken and broccoli and really lean meat and sweet potatoes and all this, if you want to call it clean food, if you have to eat this way in order to really get in shape? And when I responded to him, I didn't think too much about it from a standpoint of my beliefs and what I've seen work in real life is as long as you really hit your macros and you hit your target caloric intake, you get enough protein, you train hard, you sleep well, all these things are going to fall into place. But when I was answering his question, I didn't quite understand exactly what he was getting at and what his concerns were until more recently, as I worked with more clients and I've thought a lot more about what we see on a daily basis, and in particular Instagram. Now there are two main points I want to make here about social media in general. And I use Instagram a lot purely from a consumption standpoint. I don't post a ton there, but I love to look at what people are doing. I like to keep up with what my friends are doing, how they're living their lives, all of those good things. But the first point, especially when it comes to social media of any kind, whether it be Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, Snapchat, whatever you use, the first thing you have to remember is social media is the highlight reel. It's not every single aspect of someone's life. So when you see someone post a really fancy meal on Instagram, or they post a picture of them and their loved one at a vacation spot on the beach, or if you see a status update on Facebook that says they're having the best year of their lives, or whatever it is, just remember that's only a portion of their life. It doesn't mean it's wrong, it doesn't mean that it's fake, it doesn't mean that it's not real, it's just a highlight. It's not their every waking moment. Most people don't post every facet of their life on social media, meaning you don't often see someone talking about how bad their life sucks, or what they hate doing every day, or how they wish things were different. Now, there are some people that do that, but it's a pretty small percentage. Most people are talking about how great things are. And what this is kind of a projection. Now, before I go too deep into the weeds, remember the first point. Social media is just the highlight reel of someone's life. Now, the second point has specifically to do with nutrition and fitness and how we see things in this whole fitness and nutrition space. Now, Instagram is a great app because it allows you to share your life through pictures with anyone who wants to follow you. And recently, I was looking up the If It Fits Your Macros hashtag, the IIFYM hashtag on Instagram, and I wanted to get some cool photos of what people were eating or what they were fitting into their macros for an article that I've just finished. And as I was scrolling through, I found two things that I thought were really interesting. One, there wasn't a ton of food in my initial search for just hashtag IIFYM. It was more a bunch of like narcissistic selfie type of photos. And now there was some food, of course, but I had to search for the hashtag IIFYM food in order to get more of an idea of what people were actually eating. Now here's where this is really important and how it ties into my client's email. Now his perception was that in order to lose body fat and to get in better shape and to reach his physique goals, he had to eat a so-called boring bodybuilding diet or a clean diet. But it can get really confusing when you're trying to figure all this stuff out and you're doing your best to eat right and to make progress. It can get really confusing when you open up your Instagram and you see all these If It Fits Your Macros people posting all this food that looks incredible. We're talking like greasy cheeseburgers and fries and cake and Pop-Tarts and donuts and all this really savory stuff that we all want to eat. And what I try to remind people of is just because you see your favorite fitness person, or myself included, if you see me post a picture of some cake or a pie that I'm having, just because you see that, it doesn't mean that that is what that person's eating every single day, and it doesn't mean that all their meals look as appetizing as that. So a quick example of this is, if you see someone post a burger, like a really good-looking greasy burger and some fries, and they tag it as If It Fits Your Macros, well, it can fit your macros for sure, but if you look at their total expenditure and the total amount of food they're having in that day, and you analyze what that one meal is worth in terms of macronutrient content, you're going to realize that greasy burger and fries is a ton of fat, can be upwards of 40, 50 grams plus depending on what they ate. And if you look at the rest of their intake, and if they're a fitness-focused and physique-conscious individual, they're probably not eating much more than 60 or 70 or maybe 80 grams of fat per day. So if you eat a burger and fries that is 60 total grams of fat, and you only have 70 grams of fat to hit for the day, that doesn't leave you a lot of food choices for your other 3 or 4 meals. And what people don't tend to understand is that just because a fitness pro or a fitness enthusiast posts these meals every single day and tags it as if it fits your macros, some people don't understand that that is not reality for their entire diet. But in our brains, we see it, and that is the reality as far as we know. And we don't tend to think about the rest of their diet and what's going on. Now, if you're a seasoned fitness professional or you're a fitness enthusiast that's been doing this for years, obviously this is not your problem. But this is mostly for people that are trying to get it right and trying to eat better and trying to do the best they can. And it's for those who get hung up on having food in their diet that they want to have on a consistent basis or not feeling deprived. And the whole idea of if it fits your macros is great for that concept because it allows you to have the foods you like on a fairly consistent basis without feeling deprived. But at the same time, I want to help you understand that if you're struggling with this and you see foods and you see stuff on social media about what people are eating and it makes you really want to eat those foods, and it makes you upset or frustrated or feeling like you're going to be doomed to have boring food the rest of your life, I just want to assure you that that's not the reality, even for those lean and in shape and muscular fitness professionals. Because I've been doing this a long time. I know what my fitness professional friends are eating. I know what I'm eating on a consistent basis. And I can assure you that even on my highest calorie days, I'm not shoving in tons of greasy burgers and greasy food and cheesecake and all that stuff. Now, I do have it on occasion, and I do even have specific days where I eat lots of that stuff in excess, and then I have times during the week when I want to be more flexible and sprinkle those things throughout my diet during the week. But it's not my focus to eat nothing but that stuff. And one last point, if you're one of those people that wants to fit this stuff into your diet on a consistent basis, I recommend one of 2 things. That is, leaving yourself enough room on a daily basis to enjoy something you like if it's possible. Now, if you're on a lower intake, meaning that you're focusing on fat loss and you're trying to maximize your strength and muscle gains while you're losing body fat, it might not make the most sense to have something every single day that satisfies your sweet tooth or maybe registers under the label of comfort food. So instead of trying to fit it in on a daily basis, I'm a huge fan of either whatever you want to call them, targeted refeeds or guilt-free days or spike days or whatever you want to call them. And those can be really helpful in satisfying that hunger and satisfying that craving for something sweet or salty or savory or fatty without feeling deprived in the long run and feeling that you're just going to have to stick to chicken and broccoli all the time, because we all know that's boring and not much fun. So to wrap this up, I'm not going to beat a dead horse. Just remember that most of the stuff you see in the If It Fits Your Macros world, be it greasy burgers and fries, pizza, soda, really creamy fatty pasta, whatever it is that you like or you're attracted to, just remember there is always some type of constraint built within, and it's usually a part of a bigger plan in the end that is focused on whatever goal it is that you are focusing on at this time. Alright, I hope this was helpful. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time.